Y'all, I just finished my very first 12-week year experience, and honestly, my experience was very mixed. Let's chat about it. So my first goal for the 12-week year was to get clear on my target audience, really understand who I'm making videos for here on YouTube. And I've really been kind of struggling understanding who I'm really making videos for and kind of what value my videos have to people who watch them. And I'm happy to share that I feel like I do now have some clarity around the types of videos that I want to make. I know that I'm personally on a journey where I am focused on improving my health. I do have several health challenges that I do talk about on my channel. And so it's really important to me that I am living a balanced and fulfilling life where I'm able to prioritize several aspects of my health while I'm working 9 to 5. And I hope to motivate women who are in a similar position, who are working full time and really trying to balance it all and prioritize yourself and your health along the way. All right, the second goal that I had for the 12-week year was to get 9,000 views. Sorry, I can't even say it without laughing. Compose yourself, Alicia. The second goal that I had for the 12-week year was to get 9,000 views on my channel overall, meaning that amongst all the videos that I've posted so far, accumulating 9,000 views. Sorry. Look, y'all, my laughter tells you how this goal went. As you can probably tell, I was a bit ambitious with this goal. I know that the 12-week year tells you to set goals that will stretch you. This, I think, went a little bit on the extreme side. I got a total of 2,670 views. This is between January 1st and March 26th. So yeah, I clearly did not even get close to achieving that goal. And I think a couple things happened. One, I think that the goal was probably unrealistic to start off with. I've never tried to estimate how many views I would get in a period of time before. So I was probably really off with my estimate and what's actually realistic for my channel. And then I did decrease how often I was posting just to keep this sustainable and realistic. I know that with posting less often, that didn't help my views at all. If anything, it probably cut them in half. So a couple weeks into the 12-week year, I switched my focus from how many views each video was getting to really how much I was enjoying the process of creating videos and how much engagement I was getting from my current audience. And so I felt like that was a healthy change for me, because to me, it doesn't matter how many views a video gets if I'm not actively building a community that is engaged with me, that I am truly connecting with. Views will come as I get better with this, as I practice more, and I'm not gonna stress about it. The views are gonna come. I'm going to give myself grace and yeah, just try to enjoy the process and enjoy the journey. The third goal that I had for the 12-week year was to experience fewer IBS or irritable bowel syndrome symptoms on most days. I wanted to be kind of symptom free 90% of the time. And I'm really happy that I have achieved this. I only had 1 week during the 12 weeks that I felt really off, and that was pretty challenging for me, where I did have a lot of symptoms, but the whole rest of the time I've been good. So I am super happy with that. So during these 12 weeks, I really prioritized drinking water and just being as hydrated as I can. I started using this app called Water Llama to track how much water I was drinking throughout the day, avoiding caffeine as much as I can. Y'all, I'm not perfect with avoiding caffeine, but I think that, figuring out moderation is helpful. Having caffeine here and there hasn't completely derailed my progress or digestion, so I am very thankful for that. So I am very excited that I was able to accomplish 2 out of the 3 goals that I set. I liked that the 12-week year process is structured so that you do a lot of the planning up front in terms of coming up with your action steps at the very beginning. There really shouldn't be any guesswork around what actions you should be taking on a daily basis or what things you need to do weekly to work towards your goal. You clearly lay all of that out at the beginning, and it's just a matter of implementation after that. And then the second positive thing that I was able to come up with is that I was able to get results without doing everything 100% as I planned. I'm so grateful that I had an accountability partner throughout the 12-week year process. So Monica Denias here on YouTube reached out to me and we became accountability partners for the 12-week year, and we met monthly, and it was just so nice having a fellow creator to kind of go through this process with and kind of share the struggles that we were having, share what was going well, and really just brainstorm together how we could make progress towards our goals and enjoy it in the meantime. So shout out to Monica. She's such a sweetheart. She's a therapist and mindset coach based out of Dallas. So definitely go check out her channel if you enjoy my wellness focused content. I know that you will enjoy hers as well. That's really where the pros end for me. All right, let's get into the cons or the things that I really didn't care for about the 12-week year experience. Just a quick disclaimer, part of this could really be my own user error that has shaped my experience, but here we are. So the first con that I had is that I think I set way too many action steps or tactics with some of my goals. I found that having a lot of action steps to focus on each day and each week got to be a little overwhelming, and it just wasn't realistic for me and my current schedule to implement all of the things that I had set out to do. Looking back, I would have streamlined and really simplified some of the action steps that I came up with in order to keep it simple, easy to implement, and not overwhelming by a long list of things to do each day and each week. Another con that I have is creating the weekly score on how well I implemented the actions that I planned got to be kind of difficult and just like tedious to do. The way that I had my 12-week year plan set up in Notion just didn't allow me to easily calculate how well I did that week. And so I found myself like manually having to calculate like how many days I avoided caffeine and how many days I worked out, and just manually doing all the calculations. Y'all, I just stopped doing it. After like a week or two, maybe 3 weeks. It just got to be a really tedious process that I honestly just didn't want to do. I think if I overall had a better way of calculating this weekly score, I would have had a better experience with that, but I didn't, so I ended up dropping it pretty quickly. The next con that I had about the 12-week year process was that it felt very rigid. Like I felt like I was almost forced to come up with these outcomes that were very numbers driven. I can definitely see the value in having a goal that is very specific, that is measurable. You know, SMART goals are fantastic, but I felt like some of my goals didn't necessarily fit that kind of numeric outcome that you're supposed to have with the 12-week year. So for example, if I had the goal of enjoying the process of creating YouTube videos, I'm not really sure how I would have quantified that, put that in, you know, a goal that has a very numbers driven outcome associated with it, when sometimes not all of our goals fit that format of goal setting. So the big question of would I do the 12-week year again? Honestly, I'm undecided, but leaning towards no. If I were to do this again, I would really keep it simple and focused on one main goal, maybe two at the max. I would really experiment and find a much simpler system to use in order to track my progress week by week, because calculating it by hand is not it. I really like being able to set monthly intentions that are not always numbers and outcome driven. So I think for me, I'm going to to pause on doing the 12-week year and go back to doing my monthly resets where I set monthly intentions or monthly goals, and I'm able to refine them as each month goes on. So that's the tea on the 12-week year. Inspire women to prioritize both their Right now, I feel that my oh gosh, I am rusty. Oh, let's get it together. The third goal that I had for the 12-week year was to experience I'm so grateful that I had an accountability. Why is that word so hard?